Hey guys, it's Chadook from YGOCC. Today's episode is about this archetype Paintress. It's the archetype of light aqua pendulum normal monsters. Yeah, it's also a support for normal monsters and a deck of its own. This archetype is centered around synchro summoning and evolute summoning, and they have their own special synchro type called counter synchro, similar to contact fusion but using counters instead of non-tuners, and they are all pendulums too. Yeah, you can also play this deck during the Link era. Well, my apologies for not introducing them before, so while I had the chance to, because I hesitated and we were not ready back then. Then in Tuesday something came up, I had to record all of these cards and shit like that. Now that doesn't matter now. This archetype has a set of scales from 1 to 12 so far, and as long as there won't be a 13 or 0, which is madness. Also, most of them are normal monsters, 3 of them are like effect monsters, 2 of them are three of them are non-pendulum. The other one is not ready yet because the Link format is not included in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Core. So yeah, you can have all these cards in my next video or in the major YGOCC updates. So shall we begin? Okay, we have this Remembrandia. I'm gonna read this clause once for all, because I don't want to read it all. You cannot pendulum summon monsters except painted monsters or normal monsters. This effect cannot be negated. Okay, here now we have majority of them that cannot pendulum summon anything else besides themselves or normal monsters, with the exception of this just a generic pendulum. Yeah, so let's begin. Monsters you control cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Once per turn, when a Paintress extra deck monster is special summoned from your extra deck, except during the damage step, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls banish that target. Yeah, a protection and a banish removal. Okay, this one, when you send it to the extra deck, which is a common trait for all monsters for the archetype, then you can banish them from the extra deck face up, so you gain more field advantage and more setup for the last blast. During your end phase, you can add this card to your extra deck face up, add one normal monster from your deck to your hand once per turn. Yeah, okay, once per turn you can target one of your banished normal monsters except the forbidden one monster, return it to the hand, and if you do, lose LP equal to its original level x 200 actually. Yeah, okay, this is actually a normal monster with the clause that treats itself as a normal monster, which is effect monsters in Luke in the frame. Okay, if you have another Paintress card in your pendulum zone, you can add all cards in your pendulum zone to your extra deck face up, add one level 2 or higher non-effect monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. So this card will help you add non-effect ritual monsters or any custom card type that is not an effect monster, which is less likely because most of them are effect monsters. As you can see, I have Black Luster Soldier, which is a non-effect monster, and pretty strong, you know. Yeah. Okay, this is synchro related because it was originally a normal monster tuner, Pendulum, but I had to change it to like this, avoid making it Gemini. Not saying that Gemini is bad, but it requires more effort to focus on and make it more speedy than most people actually think it's slow. Sorry, I had the running nose. Continue. You can add this card from your Pendulum zone to your extra deck face up. Ritual summon one non-effect ritual monster from your hand. You must also banish normal monsters from your deck whose total levels equal to the level of that ritual monster. You can only use this effect once per turn. Yeah, this is like a banish advanced ritual arts also for non-effects. There maybe will be fusion support for non-effect to take advantage of cards like Fusionist. I don't know, Black Meteor Dragon or something. I don't really recall the all non-effect monsters because I don't really focus on them very much. Okay. This is scale 5, and this is scale 1, and this is scale 8, and this is scale 5, and this is scale 7. Level 3. Her name is Turkia. Yeah. And this Gargi, Amsterdima, Gargi, and Picasso. Okay. You can banish 2 normal monsters from your hand, draw 1 card. This helps you to boost the banish process of your cards, then you can take advantage of them later. This is just a normal monster with no scale, and it's not Pendulum, but sure it helps you. But it goes to the graveyard, but I have a solution for that. Okay. Monsters cannot target face-up Paintress or normal monsters on the field for a card effect. Oh wait, I forgot the name. Astalia. And this is Usiliami. Yeah. Let's continue. You can destroy this card from your Pendulum zone, and if you do, add 1 Paintress or normal monster, a Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand, except itself. Yeah. This is the only one that it destroys itself for an effect instead of the rest, and it helps recover your hand from your extra deck, which will be very helpful in the Link era, where you can only special summon 1 extra deck monster in 1 extra monster zone, unless you run a Link monster whose Link markers point to several places when you can actually special summon extra deck monster in your normal monster zone. Main actually. Bakuzu. It's K9. It's a tuner and just a tuner. You cannot Pendulum you can add this card from your Pendulum zone to your extra deck face up. Add 1 Paintress monster or normal monster from your deck to your hand. So this is the main setup of the deck. You must have 3 of them because you really need to set up. This card is scale 10. It's Gemini and made by another friend, like the other one made by a friend called LHK, and this one made by Hero. Okay, I will actually need, hang on. Ah, shit. Where did it go? Alright. Ah, shit. Okay. Because it takes too long, I have to scroll. Wait. Why doesn't scroll? Oh, right. Okay. You can send one Paintress monster you control to the graveyard. Choose one Paintress Pendulum monster from your extra deck and place it in your Pendulum zone. Yeah. This also gets around the fact that you can only summon one extra deck monster into your extra monster zone. It's also a thing. Okay, this is a Gemini process. I'm not gonna read it. Your opponent cannot target Paintress Pendulum monster on your Pendulum zone with card effects while you control a Pendulum zone on your Pendulum zone. Pendulum monster on your Pendulum zone, actually. This card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Once per turn, you can send one Paintress Pendulum monster from your Pendulum zone to the graveyard. Special summon one from your extra deck to your field. Again, this one won't help very much as of links, unless you actually run links in your deck, which is less likely to be for a Pendulum oriented archetype and synchro. Then we have here Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. For the best part, during your end phase you can destroy this card, and if you do add one Pendulum monster with 1500 attack or less from your deck to your hand, you can easily add this, or this, more likely. Okay, this card was supposed to be a Decathlon for them all, where you can actually copy their Pendulum effects, and I failed because the Super Tigo Pro doesn't support copying normal monster Pendulum effects, which they are supposed to be a spell card effect instead. So I added this. You can add this card from your Pendulum zone to your extra deck face up. Reveal one normal Pendulum monster and one Paintress Pendulum monster from your deck. Your opponent randomly picks one of them for you to place in your Pendulum zone or special summon your choice, and you add the other card to your extra deck face up. This card is good like Draco face off, but for normal monsters. Okay. You can banish one face up Paintress monster from your extra deck, then target one Paintress monster or normal monster in your graveyard or face up in your extra deck and that target to your hand. Also, this card gains the following effect. This turn you can activate this effect, normal summon one normal monster. Again, yeah, this will really help you to recover stuff from your extra deck or graveyard and normal summon them without worrying about link format. So yeah, Honest, we all know what Honest does. The Mystic Acrylic cannot be Pendulum summoned. When you take battle damage or discard in your graveyard and you control or face up Acrylic token, you can special summon 2 Acrylic tokens, level 4, 0 attack, 0 defense, and you can attribute summon them and you can use them for synchro summon. And if they destroyed, they'll make your opponent's monster's attack 0 until the end of your next turn. So you may wonder, why do you have this card at 2 or 3 and its tokens are not useful for the synchro summon or tribute summon? You can use them for ritual and Everloot summon, which they are not forbidden from. Everybody knows Maxi. Okay. You may want to main other non-effect ritual monsters, but I main this because for beatstick and easy to bring, and I like him too. Yeah. And I have 2 of them. You can draw them by Gogi and summon them by Amasterdima. It's a perfect combination between the 2. Unexpected die. This will help you bring a normal monster if you control nothing. Soul Release. This is the best card you can always have at 3, as suppose that your opponent negated the summon of your monsters from your extra deck or hand, especially the Pendulum. They all go to the graveyard and become useless in the graveyard. Since they are not once per turn clause, you can use as many as you want to banish them from your graveyard, then take further advantage from these cards. Foolish Burial with belongings. This will help you discard one spell or trap actually sent from your deck to the graveyard. YGOCC or Dark Hole both work in terms of destroying cards. However, Dark Hole destroys the stuff too. I don't personally like it, but it's the best way you can destroy your cards too along your opponent. Foolish Burial to throw the acrylic from your deck without bothering setting it in defense position and waiting for your opponent to kill it. The Breakthrough is like Harvey's Feather Duster, but it costs your Pendulum scales and also adds from your scales to your extra deck face up instead of destroy. But you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck this turn except Paintress monsters, non-effect monsters or normal monsters. So even if you use this card, you can retro summon this guy again or anything that is non-effect. Power Portrait. Power Portrait are the support cards of Paintress. They have other names. Similar how Monarchs, spell cards and trap cards support the series Monarch. Yeah. Shuffle 4 banished Paintress monsters in your deck. Draw 2 cards. Once per turn. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, excavate, top 3 cards from your deck and add 1 normal monster from these cards and then shuffle the rest into your deck. This is a nice effect and you can only use 1 of them in each turn. Okay. This also helps you restoring the banished stuff you have from this, or you can also use Necrophase if anything went wrong. The reset, you can banish stuff from your hand or extra deck for 1000 LP loss. This is a good way to bypass the thing that kills them in the extra deck in link format. And you can also search spell and trap cards. Too bad you can't recover the spell and trap cards yet, and I'm gonna make the support for that. Yeah. Tweet, everybody knows them. Ignite Reloads. Yeah, you can. If you have a bad hand, you can just shuffle them and draw other cards. You can also use it in your opponent's turn and get a better hand the next turn. Okay, the field. I was intending to make this a global card for non-effect, but I got too lazy to rewrite all the stuff and stuff like that. You cannot special summon anything except Paintress and monsters. They gain 600 attack and lose 300 defense. If any normal monster or them on your field or Pendulum zone, every other effect monster gain acrylic counter, and they lose 100 attack for each. Also, if they are from the extra deck except themselves, they are negated. So this is like super mega way to build your defenses before you make a counter attack. This counter trap card will help you negate a spell and trap and monster effect by banishing one Paintress or normal monster from your extra deck. No, actually only Paintress, yeah. And in your turn, usually you draw one card by banishing. Yeah. Move on to the extra deck. Scarlet Demon Dragon. Yeah, I read it in Japanese. I only main one because it's not more likely you can summon it, because most of the cards are restricted the sync or summon of their own. So yeah, the dragon. This card is also treated as a normal monster while it is in your graveyard. When this card is sync or summoned, destroy all face-up effect monsters your opponent control. If this card's attack face-up effect monster by the damage inflicted your opponent is doubled. Okay, this shares same trait with Stardust Shadow Warrior. You can draw one card, but this is like a single card of demise, which is great. Doesn't restrict you from anything else, since it's a synchro monster and doesn't do anything else. Also, it's a attack negator. It helps banishing your stuff, so it's a good thing to have at least two of them. Yeah, we all know that. Bakuzu is another good thing. You can target one monster your opponent control, activate one of the following effect, negate its effect, or banish it. Either way, you will gain LP half to its attack. Yeah. And if it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one face-up Paintress Pendulum monster from your extra deck. Okay, this is the counter synchro I spoke earlier. Okay, unlike the other synchros, cannot be synchro summoned usually. You need one tuner, which is obviously this, and send it to the graveyard and spend 4 accurate counter from anyone on the field, and it's treated like synchro summon. Okay. If a normal monster attacks the opponent monster, your opponent cannot activate cards to affect the damage step. Once per turn during the damage step, in either place turn, you can target one normal monster you control. Its attack becomes 3000 under the end of the damage step. But your opponent won't take any damage, but this good thing, it's a attack beater. Yeah, it has 2 different scales, 8 and 12. Yeah. Too bad I forgot to label it as synchro. Pendulum, actually. It's a pendulum monster, so yeah. We continue. When you do, you can send all level rank 5 or higher special summoned monsters on the field to the graveyard. Then lose 5 LP for each card sent to the graveyard. But this effect is discarded by those your opponent cannot activate cards effect during the damage step. With honors and gallery, this card will be like 5000 or probably 8000 for the best. Okay, let me keep reading the synchros first. Okay, the Archetype is also an option. You can special summon it and destroy everything, every effect monsters except Paintresses, but you will lose 800 LP, and it gains 100 attack for each banished monsters by this effect. Also, if you manage to resolve this card effect, you can negate one face-up card effect on the field. Suppose you have Magi Spectre or Chaos Max, you can simply negate them without the need of targeting. Also, I forgot a card. There we go. There we go. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can bench one face-up non-effect monster from your extra deck, special summon one normal monster from your graveyard, and if it was Paintress monster, you can bench one special summoned effect monster your opponent control. Yeah. So this effect helps resurrecting stuff, especially in the link format, and special summon them to your main monster zone. Okay, I think that's all synchros. The generic XCs that you can possibly use this, yeah, this, and this all generic synchros and XCs. Moving to the evolute. Okay, for those who don't know the summoning, you better check the video in the channel of ours. Yeah. Okay, you need level 2 light normal monster and level 3 Archetype normal monster, which is obvious, we have it in our deck. Once per turn during either play's turn, you can bench one face-up monster from your extra deck and remove 2 E counters from your discard, target one face-up effect monster on the field, negate the effect of that card, and during either player's turn, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can bench this card from your graveyard and target one face-up card your opponent control. That the target has its effect negated until the end of this turn. This card is double negating, one for the monster effect and the second for the card effects, and especially your opponents. Okay, the final one, Neo. When this card is one level 4 light normal monster, one level 4 light normal monster. When this card is evolute summoned, you can destroy all other face-up cards on the field. You cannot conduct your battle phase this turn. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can remove 3 E counters from this card and bench one normal monster from your hand or face-up from your extra deck to target one effect monster on the field, negate that monster's effect, and make that its attack and defense 0 on the end phase of the turn. It's like an upgraded Black Rose Dragon, but better. Okay, I think that's okay. For the rest of the support, I will release some soon in my next video, or probably in YGOCC's official update video. Yeah, that's all for now. And if you will obtain these cards, I will post the link soon on the next video or in the update. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video and drop a comment. And if you have any question and inquiries regarding grading this deck during the link era, don't hesitate to post it in a comment under this video. Thank you very much and goodbye.